Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. Junior Tafa versus Mohammed Usman. Tafa's 4-0, 26 years old, has 1 inch of height, and I don't know about the reach, to be honest, but he's 8 years younger than Mohammed Usman. Tafa's 4-0 as a pro, 4 TKO victories, and he's a boxer, a professional boxer, has a good amount of experience, and it shows when he fights. He's definitely got really good hands, and he's got the touch. He's definitely powerful. The thing is, he hasn't beaten anybody too great. He's beaten mostly dog shit competition. He has one nicer win in Bellator versus Ryzen against some guy that had promise and I think was supposed to beat him, but he came through with a big knockout there. And here he's got his shot making his debut against a beatable foe with a big name, literally, Mohammed Usman. The name itself is nice, but also the fact that he won the Ultimate Fighter, much like his older brother Kamaru. That would be a gigantic feather in Tafa's cap. For Usman, this is a winnable fight. I do think Mohammed Usman is pretty limited. I think, this is a very low-end fight, to be honest, for the UFC. Not to shit on these guys, but Mohammed Usman, he got a beautiful knockout to win the Ultimate Fighter, but his 2 decision victories were a little underwhelming on the show itself. I know they're exhibition fights, so they don't show on his record, but he won a decision over Mitchell Sipe. That was a lackluster fight, like a glorified sparring match, especially after Sipe talked all that shit. Sipe was like his Colby Covington. His brother had Colby, and this guy had Sipe, who was talking all this shit and then just kind of no-showed, But Mohammed Usman, he's got that power that will scare anybody. The guy's built like a brick shithouse, and he has that Tyron Woodley in him, I think, where he uses his power to scare and neutralize his opponent, and he looks to win by a narrow margin. I think he's worried about gassing. He certainly was on the Ultimate Fighter, and that's probably because he lost one of his 2 fights to Brandon Sales by gassing. Brandon Sales beat him on the PFL, and he was choked out in round 2. He didn't tap, though. It was a technical sub, but he gassed in that fight. And, it's obvious when you look at him. He's got to feed a lot of muscles to keep going. The guy's big and strong, so he's not the biggest heavyweight, but he's pound for pound incredibly strong. So Mohammed Usman, I do think in general he's worried about his output, and I'm sure he's been sharpening every skill. He made it to the UFC. This is his moment here, but unless he's slimmed down or whatever, I think he's always going to have those concerns moving forward. The thing is, he's got to get moving early on here, because I don't think he can afford to fight for the long haul in this fight. He can't allow just Junior Tafa into this fight with his striking. He's got to take the fight to him and go through him, or get him down anyway. And if he can do that and maintain that, sustain top control and that type of strategy for 15 minutes, he can definitely win this fight. Or if he's got what it takes to tap Junior Tafa, this is all a fucking mystery. I barely know Usman. I certainly don't know Tafa, even with the research. So, gun to my head, I'd go with Mohammed Usman, but I'm not going to bet on it. I'm certainly not going to bet on him by decision, which is plus 375. I don't trust his gas tank. I don't even trust Tafa's, even though I have no doubts about it, like I do with Usman. But still, I'll go with Mohammed Usman. I won't bet on this unless I feel like betting on Junior Tafa by first-round knockout, because I do think if he was to win, despite me mentioning Usman's gas tank, I think it would be with his power being the difference maker. And with him firing on all cylinders in round 1, I'd expect it to probably come in round 1. So there's that, but I'm not going to bet on it. As far as the under, I thought there would be value on that, but the line is set at 1.5 rounds, which I never really trust. And the under is at even money. So I'm just staying away from this one altogether. But I hope it's a good fight. And be honest, I'm kind of hoping Junior Tafa wins. And I hope he gets taken down and shows something there. But it'd be cool to see either one of these guys impress me in a victory. Not that they're trying to fucking impress me. But maybe they'll impress you. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.